was passing every woman in town. I guess he heard there weren't no long rounds. Said all he come for was fun. No, I loved Eileen since we first met, and on her those torches were set. The sides of his eyes were angel-like white, the kind of blues you can see in the night. No holsters, his smile was his gun. Well, if it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd be married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? And who you on the run from? Cotton Eye Joe. I hadn't seen my love for near a week.
All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time as we get back in to good old Appalachia. And last time, of course, we had a meeting with one Nina Jennings as they were set upon by some rather interesting copperhead top snakes, a top with many tails, both in the front and the back. The back ones ready to grab and corrupt and change. And of course, using their unique gifts, they're able to take care of it while Miss Nina Jennings sat in the back. And we're going to jump in a little bit tonight. I'm going to have some fun here. So, hope you're ready to join us in our game and storytelling. You have as much fun as we do. Maybe rolling dice. We'll see what happens. So, now, Miss Nina Jennings had sat watching our four folks in that train car. She knew the green well, and even on a beast of metal and coal, she knew enough of her gifts to keep herself unnoticed, pulling in her presence, something that she knew right well in her life anyway. After all, a woman of her particular complexion is often best, depending where she goes, unseen lest people get ideas. She don't like to be seen unless she want to. It's how she lived most of her life. It's how her mama taught her. She said, best to be seen when you don't want them to forget you. And if you don't want anyone to know you're there, best keep quiet, she'd say. And so she did, watching and listening. And it is especially enjoyable doing such things when there is a fun conversation to eavesdrop in. After all, one of the best pastimes in her hometown is the collection and distribution of gossip. And Charlie and Ruby were spilling all tons that she wanted to save in case it was useful for later. Charlie and Ruby.
I think Charlie would have not Charlie, I'm sorry. Ruby would have waited until late when Basil and Ivy have finally passed out to go over to Charlie. Charlie. Can I sit here?
course. You're up late.
Yeah, well, Basil's over there snoring up a storm. She's louder than the train.
You can feel free to tell her that when she wakes up. Just let me know so I'm far away.
I ain't gonna tell her that. But how you doing?
I'm fine. As I can be, thinking about how we're gonna deal with all manner of things. Something on your mind?
Well, you've been acting kind of weird. You've been acting strange since we met with Granny Odessa.
He kind of throat and looks down. Yeah. Wasn't as polite to her as I should have been. You met her before, I take it.
Yeah. You know her?
Yeah. I'd met Granny before. Several years ago now.
Yeah.
I guess seeing her brought up some memories. Some good and some bad.
I get that. I hadn't thought about her or when I met her in a while either. How'd you know her? How'd you meet her?
Got caught up in something. And let's just say it's the kind of thing that kind of thing that's sort of become routine for us now, it seems, but I was a different man back then. I didn't know a lot about this. I mean, I don't know much now, but when I met her, it was the first time I started to realize that maybe some of the choices I made hadn't been the right ones.
Yeah.
Saw some things that, well, you can't unsee. But,
Is that common with her? Because the same thing happened to me.
well, given that she showed up out of nowhere to help us now, I have a feeling that might be something she does.
Yeah. It just seems like it was a lifetime ago, it seems. I
Yeah.
was young. You remember where you met her?
Somewhere.
Did you meet her in Stonega as well?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the name of the town. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. You kind of remind me of someone I met back then in there, too.
Well, you know, us musicians are a dime a dozen.
Dime a dozen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your picking is very similar. Check.
Charlie takes a deep sigh. Yeah, well, things don't change much, Ruthie.
I can't believe I didn't put two and two together faster.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He kind of looks at Ruby and says, I really should have.
Well, we both changed a bit since then.
Well, you can change your hair, and you can change the way you dress, and a lot of other things, but he looks at her. Those are the same beautiful eyes.
She blushes a bit.
Yeah, I'm just a bit more worn.
I think we both are. I've always wondered what happened to you. I don't remember much after we left. I don't remember anything after we left the boarding house, though.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that's. Well, I didn't figure this out much earlier than you, but I didn't say anything because I feel like I got holes in my memory too.
Yeah.
I mean, afterwards, when I do get memories again, that was the first time. That was the first time I realized that there was something wrong with me.
There's nothing wrong with you, Charlie. Even back then, there was nothing wrong with you.
Well, I was a little cocksure myself, maybe.
I think you're a bit more cocky than you are now.
When you've made a deal to make yourself the best blues musician anybody knew, you start to believe in and ignore what you might have done to get to that point. I guess after that, you made it to New York after all.
Yeah, that did me. Still didn't end up, well, I guess he wanted me to be wifey material, but I still don't think I'm too much of a wifey material.
I don't know. You're fine the way you are.
So are you, Charlie.
Well, thank you.
Well, I guess we made it out of that, out of Jimmy's hell alive, unless we're still, this is some sort of like fever dream and we're passed out in there.
You see, those are the kind of thoughts that I avoid having. I have a hard enough time keeping track of things as is.
I get that.
I mean, it was something to do with plants and well, the center of our little family's name is Ivy. He looks at her and winks.
Yeah. We got a lot of plants in here, basil and ivy.
Charlie gets a momentary, very concerned look on his face as he remembers basil and ivy. Like, he meant that as a joke.
But I just want to make sure you're okay. Everything's fine.
I'm okay. I'm okay. We'll get off to whatever's next.
Okay.
And because I don't have a good memory of what exactly happened at the end of all that, maybe that'll come back to us at some point. The one thing I do know is that was an experience that changed me. And it was not generally a pleasant one, but I know I would not have gotten through that if you hadn't been there. So thank you.
I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. So I think we should thank each other and just maybe get some rest.
Sounds good.
I'm just going to stay here because Basil is, man, she is sawing logs. Do you not hear her?
I think I'm used to blocking out white noise. So feel free to pull up a shoulder or go it if you need it.
All right.
And so, Nadine sat and listened. And quietly, so it could not be heard, she wrote down 4 words. Could it be them? Now, after the fighting, the shooting, the bird calling, we had made our way running from the train for who knows what had gotten into it or what was coming. It was best, well, not to be hiding, like Miss Nadine said, but to be getting where you need to go. Because then at least if danger would be getting at you, well, you're more likely to find clues when you took care of it. So, Nadine, along with Charlie, Basil, Ivy, and Ruby, passed down the little sign, white, with just a little bit of coal marks on it, that said, "Welcome to K-Borough, Borough County." As they walked around, you could tell K-Borough was small, yet a bustling coal town. Even here, though obviously not as much as near the mines, you could just have the slight taste of coal. It's everywhere in a way. Could see a big sign that says "Proud employees of B&L number 3." And of course, they stay a little far from the train station. K-Borough itself boasted a 2-story general store. Mighty and large. A small hotel. 3 old churches. And as they arrived, they saw people gathered around a brand new shiny baseball field, built by Barrow and Locke themselves. Of course, those somewhat familiar know that it was an effort for them to convince workers that unionization just wasn't necessary. Look how well we take care of you. The store itself took script or tender, so you could choose exactly what you'd want to do. Right, give people the freedom of choice. That's all you want in that union anyway. You don't need to pay no dues. Just be fine. Of course. When Miss Nadine looked at it, she knew far too well that it's really easy to replace that word freedom with illusion. But all the same, as you arrive, almost the whole town is cheering at a game. The shovelheads versus the pickers. What would you all like to do?
Man, B&L has their fingers in everything here. What's the name of this church that you're talking about, Nina?
Oh. Well, that would be, let's see here. Church of God with signs following.
Church of God with signs following. What?
Hey? There's some people who need something. My mama used to say that faith was meant to be invisible. As soon as you start to see it, you're dealing with something else. Something you probably should be running from.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. I haven't stepped foot in a church in years.
That's not true. We were just at church. All that stuff to go see those comments. Yeah, I don't get my books back.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I was surprised I didn't like burst into flames or something.
Me too.
Look at you. You're too good. Listen. Oh. It's good for those who it's good for, and it's good for me. But I find great joy in doing it. But I find, I think everybody, as long as they've got something that feeds their soul, I'm good.
Yeah.
What I find is, what I think so horrible is all the other things that feed people so got ostracized. Some preachers don't know where not to step. That's why in my time we like tie their shoes together when they start stepping on them things. In more ways than one.
Oh, you need to be careful. You're going to put ideas into Ivy's head with that.
Yeah, Ivy's head. That's what you worry about.
So your mom lives in here?
No, not here. But
Not here. This is where we're dealing with the church. Okay.
this is where, like I said, people, some kin of mine been, well, let's just say they've been having some of them problems like your animal.
All right.
And we tracked him back down here, and you might say this is probably where the snake's nest is.
Well, B&L's here, so yeah, I can see that.
B&L's everywhere.
There's nothing wrong with the water here. You don't know if there's anything wrong with the water here.
Looks like you're kind of weird. I mean, I think it's best as any. I prefer a spring, but I'll take it.
Ah,
I don't think our water issues are related to B&L, other than how B&L was trying to use it.
yeah. I don't know. I'm a little paranoid now, Okay, Charlie?
Can't imagine why.
Yes. Now, while we're here, if it's all the same to you, I'll just be taking a few steps back. Best for my own. Best I let them see a more familiar face before they see mine.
Okay. Uh, I guess. Do, do we see the church?
No.
No.
Sorry. So sorry. Um, Looking here at the churches, you do see a very nice white wooden poled sign. The sign itself is a very nice shiny black stone, and it has been inlaid with a gold paint where someone had engraved. It says in a very nice calligraphic font, Church of God, with signs following. And then we're in a place where the engraving is not, but is just painted upon, so that it can be removed if need be. It says Pastor Moon.
Pastor Moon. I don't know if I trust the pastor named Moon.
I don't know if I trust the pastor.
Why did they have to make the name of the church so long?
It looked like there were 3 churches. Are they all part of the same extended congregation, or are the other churches different affiliations?
Yeah. It's be an intellect challenge.
Sure. You know what? I'm just going to do this. That's a 12.
You take some time observing. And Charlie, as much as you are consider yourself a stranger in these things, there's a point to where, like many musicians, you've taken a gig here or there to feed and to get what you have. So you start to kind of go, let me get a feel for these 3 buildings. And you get they are quite different, not the same affiliation with one another. Um, there's one that tends to be more Episcopal and one more community driven. And you'd recognize enough of the Church of God with signs following, being one that likes all that clapping and shouting and falling down. And with signs following, you would be able to pick up that they would think that without some type of manifestation or proof, when they would pray, when they would do something, that God's Spirit isn't really there. It is a claim that everything here, you could touch it and taste it. The Almighty's interaction.
One course of action would be to go to talk to the particular church that we're curious about. Go and talk to their competition.
That's probably a better idea, is go talk to the other churches to see what they have to say about this new church.
The 2 of them I'm looking at, one of them is the kind that they're likely to be a little tight-lipped around strangers, a little traditional. But one, that reminds me of, I'll tell you, some of the few community churches I've felt comfortable in. Put more of the emphasis on the community, and they might be a little sensitive to something if something's come in and started to affect people in the community. I don't know, worth a shot, but I'm also not exactly the best at. I can play a hymn, but not necessarily the best for carrying on conversations of that type. Just a
Well,
thought.
I may have something for this. Hold on. Let's see.
What's your plan of action?
Probably go to the church that's more willing to talk.
Okay.
Yeah. But
So the thing here, you feel that everyone probably is at the baseball game.
oh. Okay.
You can try to investigate if you want to like snoop or something, but your feeling is that they, so it could be a really good time to snoop in any of the churches or any place in town. But totally up to you how you want to do this.
Well, I mean,
in that case, we could just snoop around the church of gods with signs following.
yeah, we could go in and take a look around, see what it's. I just don't like that sign. That sign just. I just don't like that sign. That's a sign that's something that my daddy would like buy. I don't like it. Why don't we go to the church? See what they got over there. Nina, can you sneak in?
Were you asking to sneak in?
Nina, would you be able to sneak in? I don't know where you are.
Like the name cuts out every time you say it. It was so bad.
Nina.
Nina, thank you. Sorry. It was
Sorry.
sneaking in. I ain't sneaking in nowhere. You all want to sneak in? Tell you what, I'll be up by that tree. I'll give a knock. You know, a bird call.
Okay.
But all right. I guess if we're gonna get into it, just do it right. Get on over here.
All right.
As she's like, now grasp. Kind of looks around. All right, grasp hands, everybody.
Taking hands.
Yep.
Okay, but if this is a marriage ceremony, I do not want to be involved.
Don't you worry now. Don't think I find anyone willing to do that anyway. Now.
Rude. And not accurate, but whatever.
She smiles. Cool. All right, honey. Now. Those who see us now, who want us to see the truth, keep us hidden from those who would seek our face. Who would do this for us? And you feel cold and whispers. All right, honey. What happened to you? I'm sorry. Okay. I promise, if there's something we can do, we will do it, all right, honey? And it's as if the shadows grow longer around you. feels different. So the sun care not to look at you. All right. Y'all best be quick.
All right, let's go. You ready,
Yep.
Abby?
Yep.
All right.
Y'all did realize she was talking to like dead people, right?
Yes.
And that's about the least disturbing thing I've seen in the last week, Basil. So
That's valid.
All right, let's
Look,
go.
y'all aren't gonna get scared from a little bit of necromancy, are you? Now go on.
All right.
Charlie just vaguely thinks about the bottle of incredibly potent whatever in his bag right now.
All right. Now, so you have against anything that is about not being seen is eased by 2 steps for the work-in that Nina Jennings has put upon you.
Okay. By 2 steps. Ooh. Nice.
Someone remember that, because I won't.
Yeah.
All right. So because of that, very quickly, and because everyone's in the baseball game, it's as if you think about being there and you find your steps quickened, and very, very quickly you are at the door here. The door itself is made in such a way that that when shut is a gold cross, but low, so that the cross beam on either side function as the handles, and around each handle is a snake carved from gold as well.
I think my normal hymns would play well in this particular church. Oh, any that involves saints.
Does it sound like special?
Oh. Well,
Okay, so the doors are closed, I take it.
Yeah.
ew. Is there a window?
All right. So you look around for windows.
I'd rather not touch the snakes.
Charlie's hand was halfway to test the door when Ruby says that and goes, "Okay, yeah, if there's a window, then
That's so
open
funny.
window."
Okay, so the windows in the building, each are about 10 feet high. The bottoms are off the ground.
Okay.
Made to, um, the ones that are designed here, they are made to open, but they are thin, though someone could squeeze through, not too hard, but they're very like long. So each one rises another 10 feet and then peaks off at a point.
Howdy.
I just think the door would be the best.
Oh,
That
okay.
just Charlie will just try putting his hand on the door handle not near as far from where the old snake is as possible. Just watching the snake the whole time.
All right. So here, push that is locked, and I'd say being able to take your time here because you're not too scared of people seeing you based on the working.
No, we're just scared of the handle.
You see that each of these door handles are carved and made in such a way that they have a key lock. The lock itself, where you'd insert a key, each one is within a snake's mouth. But you don't see any key around right now. Love this game. We get scared by doors.
Fuck you.
We've already been attacked by snakes.
Doors, ladders, being scared of something is fine. It's okay.
That's what the game's about. It's all good. So, what would you like to do?
Is there, and I don't know, the church might have this. Is there a pair of cellar doors anywhere
All right.
that would lead down into a
Sure, you want to go around the other way? Go on the back of the church. You do see there are storm cellar doors. They are nicely maintained, painted white, among set concrete. They do have a chain with a padlock on them to keep them shut.
Think we can fit Ivy through one of those windows?
Click or two. It goes less underneath the church, and it's more like another structure. The storm cellar.
I'll go through a window.
certain if we put her through a window that she'll be able to unlock the front doors. The idea of Ivy been in there by herself very long.
Well, I could send Bianca with her.
All right.
All right, let's try and get a window open and get Ivy through there with Bianca.
Charlie will let Ivy just get up on his shoulders, use himself as a step stool to reach the window there, and if there's any that look, there might be ajar.
All right, all of them are shut tight. But so you wanna lift Ivy up?
Yeah, I think we'd have to do something like that for her to reach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Just give me a quick mic check.
That's a 15.
Very good. So real quick, Ivy, you are now up. You can see that these are meant to open and lock from the inside. Simple latch at the top, and where they would slide up from there.
All right. So I guess the question is, would any of my abilities, like my push or my draw item, work on the window seal or the latch? My push, I can pretty much gather a quick immediate force and push something. where I can't really manipulate it because it's quick and forceful. Or on my draw item, I can pretty much a loose object within short range. I would be able to like almost draw it to my hand.
Right. This would not be a loose object. I'll say you can you can try. Well, yeah. No, it's not the push is not designed for this because it's really a rotation. To do the latch, it's like so it probably takes a good like 7 directions of force by the time you get the whole thing around.
Do we hear the baseball game from where I'm at?
Yeah.
Is it loud?
I mean, it's a baseball game. It's a lot of people are cheering. It's not like
If I was to break a window, would the window be louder?
well, only one way to find that out.
I'm gonna break the window.
Let's see. Charlie will. What he might have on him. If you wrap whatever you break it with in some cloth, it might dull the sound.
Would you like a hammer or some spikes?
I was gonna use the shotgun.
That's gonna be
not
really
doing
loud.
it. I was gonna like use the butt end. Come on, guys. It's funny with that.
Evidently, we're not. Ivy, evidently, we're not.
I used the shotgun part. I would have suggested it on the padlock over there.
This is true. Yeah.
I'm not hearing nose crack.
It's okay. I was looking for something to hand her, but that's fine.
So this will be a speed challenge.
Okay.
Because this isn't about breaking it. This is about not attracting attention.
Loud, yeah.
Now, because this is being heard, not seen, which is what the boon was. So we won't apply these here.
Okay. I will lower this by 3. I mean, by 1.
By 1.
Spending 3.
Using by 1.
All right. That's a 13.
Ooh, it was at 12. All right. So, quickly, take a look. And you're able to break it at the top and clear it. You can take the top of the window, circle the lance around, and lift up without being cut. Given the time, you don't see anybody approaching.
All right, guys. I'm going in. If any of you have a rope, you could probably toss it to me.
Anybody have rope?
Here you go.
Thanks, Basil.
Let's not talk about the things I carry.
Now, with the rope there, I just need a might challenge to get on through, because it's 10 feet up and 10 foot down.
Okay.
Everyone's going in.
I'm
Sure.
lowering mine by another one, so that's an 18.
Okay. So Ivy's on in. Anybody else?
We can all
Was it
fit
what
through the
challenge? Because I stopped listening.
Might.
Right. Okay. Yep. Let me find my dice.
Yeah, all of you can fit in. It's not like it's,
Okay.
Okay.
They're fair size windows.
Okay.
I guess you just have to kind of squeeze through, and she opened it, so it's not like you're going through glass.
17. I'll leave the lovebirds in the dust. I'm in.
Charlie waits to go in last.
I'm rolling. Hold on. I'm rolling.
Hey, Charlie, if she starts to slip, just boost her hiney.
8.
I told you, Charlie.
Or Charlie's.
Oh, I was waiting to see because I'm waiting for Ruby to go in. But
She's in.
okay, that's an 18.
Oh, yeah.
He's waiting because he wanted to see the view.
So,
Oh, hi, Charlie.
get on in. And there are rows of pews. Nicely done. Little cushion worked on in. And a little sign on each pew that lets you know it was done by the work of the ever faithful sewing sisters of the Church of God, with signs following.
Before we get too much further from the window, Charlie is going to grab just a rock or a stone from outside. And wherever we come down, if he sees where there's debris from the window, he's going to put a rock there.
I gotcha.
He wants to make it look like someone just threw a rock through the window.
Yeah. There's 7 rows of pews on each side. In the back, there is a door. Adorned very similarly in the way that you saw the exterior door. The space of the room gives you the feeling that it probably leads to some type of meeting area or foyer or something of the like. It's hard to see as there are no windows in the front. But here it is, all the light is let in, showing as the wind moves. You see in the front, it is raised up. There are steps on the front of the raised platform where one could easily get on up, and it is carpeted in red. See, there is a pulpit of types, black stone, and tables that are also worked of stone. Looking somewhat close at them, you can see they have indentations, like something rectangular would fit there. Anything you'd like to do?
Leave.
Ivy actually, when she saw Charlie put that rock down and got the idea, she's going to leave a note with the rock, or like wrapped around it, saying, "Please leave the town." And then it's going to go from the girl that walks with the green.
All right.
I was going to try to make it not obvious it was us.
Well, they won't know it's me yet, but they will eventually.
My money's on the scared child.
Right. You do you, Ivy. Charlie's actually wants at some point to stop and just kind of listen. He's specifically listening to figure out if the 4 of us, are the only things moving in here right now.
I swear to God, if there's a snake in here, I'm going to be the first one out.
All right. Give me an intellect challenge, please.
Intellect challenge. That's a 6.
You don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything, but I also don't necessarily trust myself at the moment. Let's be. Are we looking for something in particular? Documents or.
Oh, were we supposed to be looking for stuff?
Is there okay? Yeah, we're supposed to be looking for stuff. Like, is there like a hymnal or anything like that?
There are. You can look there. Copies of the Bible and the hymns. Up front, there is a piano. Small, a little bit worn here or there, but oiled and well kept.
Is there like an office in the back?
Well, you can go searching up there.
All right.
I'm gonna look in the hymnal, see
That's
if
why I
there's
don't
like,
open any drawers or boxes.
uh, see if the hymns, the music, is about the same. Is the same as like any other like church, just regular hymns, or if they're weird lyrics or anything like that.
Yeah, not that Ruby would know, as we just established, but
Hey, she's been in church. It's been a few years, okay?
it's okay. Go
Charlie
ahead.
will look over her shoulder. Charlie will look over her shoulder at them.
Go ahead and give me an intellect challenge.
It's been a few years, but she knows hymns. Thank you. She was raised in a God-fearing household. Thank you. Oh man, that's bad. Like I said, it's been a few
It's been
years.
a few years.
How bad?
6.
Okay.
It's just a 6.
I got excited.
I know
All
you
right.
did.
6. Yeah, I think going through fairly standard. Nothing that really jumps out at you too much. There's a few where someone's written like things about God, heal me, save me, that type of thing. But some notes, doodles here and there, but it's nothing that catches your eye.
Looks pretty
Like,
standard to me.
Yeah. Charlie kind of wants to go look at the piano, but I'm not sure what I don't think he even knows what he'd be looking for. It's probably just a regular piano. He's not gonna touch any of the keys.
I would say, Basil, because you went up to the pulpit and everything, go ahead and give me, you're looking around, so give me an intellect challenge.
I will ease this with 2 effort. 2 edge. Whatever. You know what I meant. Whee! That would be a 16.
All right. Yeah, on the pulpit, it's you can see down on everybody. There is a small indentation in the floor that looks like a pressure plate that one could step on. You see the piano, and walking along the back, there is a very almost hidden door the way that the wall is. So only once you're there do you see that there is a space where there could be some type of room. And getting right up against the wall, you can see that. So the back of it is like these stones that people made like between real rocks and concrete, make the stone wall to do the back of the church. And then just to the side, um, so that no one could see it because of the way that the little stones would come out of the wall, uh, is a wood door that's painted in a few browns to match the stones.
I'm
And
gonna
the
put my
doorknob itself seems to be a stone that's worked in.
I'm gonna put my ear up to it first.
All right. Give me an intellect challenge.
This is why I never have any intellect guys left by the end of the day. I'm lowered again by 2. Because I'm not paranoid enough. Ooh, 17.
Okay. You put your ear against that door and listen. And you hear a little bit of shuffling and hissing.
Like human shuffling or just animal shuffling?
Animal. You're pretty sure there's some snakes on the other side.
Hey, you guys.
Yes.
There's a secret door, and I'm 99.9999% sure that there's some snakies on the other side.
Hey. So, assume we don't want to open the door?
I'm just letting you know what I
You
saw.
want to open the door?
No. I'm just
Okay.
verifying that we don't. They
Oh, I 100% think we should. I just don't want to.
Do you think this? Most likely anyone who comes to the church knows that there's snakes here. I mean, there's snakes everywhere on the door, so the snakes themselves aren't.
Would they though?
It's the church of the snakes. I'm gonna go with yes.
Why would they want these snakes though? That's the problem.
Are we dealing with the snakes or not?
I'd say, Charlie, as you're trying to get a feel for this whole place and you're hearing everything, it's as though it's almost made like a magic show. As you said, people kind of know there's snakes, they know there's things, but everything's made in a way that is, you can see that somebody come in and where they might grab or put something. It's all in such a way that gives it a slight, how'd that fit so well? Where'd that come from? Just the way the angles are.
Okay.
And not that one where you'd think somebody would be pretending that they had power or something like that, but it works into that showmanship. There's evidence of that type of mind in the design.
Oh, guys, I also forgot there's a pressure plate.
Oh, there's a pressure plate. Okay.
Oh well, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's by the pulpit, you said. Or where was the pressure plate, Basil?
I didn't say, but that was a good guess because it's right up there.
Well, we're gonna say Charlie watched you look around the pulpit. So but that also makes sense. It means that the preacher can just make a step, and then something happens. All right, this whole thing.
Fishy.
This whole thing. Well, it's fishy, but it's also they're putting on a show, and I don't know how much the people in the audience, how much of the show they're in, but they're putting on a show. So let's see. He's gonna start looking for He's going to start looking for other things, like either other pressure plates or maybe little switches. Or now that he's got that sense, he kind of want to look to see if there's other sort of where the rest of the magician's secrets are. Does the piano play itself?
No. Looking around here because you got done a lot of all this looking. There's little things like this.
Okay.
With the piano, there you can see that sitting down, and there is an extra pedal that looks like it opens the key cover. And you can see on the side is where one could keep the music sheets and pull out without outside of the view of everybody with a certain motion. All things that just could be the down low or somewhat. But as far as anything else, you kind of see the main thing with the plate on the floor that doesn't have an obvious function.
Okay. Doesn't necessarily look like it's going to make that door open that had the snakes behind it.
No, you're not sure if that door's even locked.
Okay.
I'm not checking it. Someone else who likes snakes can go open it.
Well, do we want to? Well, we have an idea what's behind there. We don't know what the pressure plate does. I mean, do we want to see what the pressure plate does, or are we worried that's going to make a commotion?
I'm afraid that
I don't want to be here, but we probably should open this damn door.
I'm afraid this. Just back away, Basil. Back away. Let's back away. Step on the pressure plate and see if that opens the door.
Fine. I'm gonna get away and I'm gonna go stand on one of the pews.
So you do want me to test the pressure plate?
Yeah.
All right, so y'all back up, except for what, Charlie?
Oh yeah, Charlie will do it. Presumably, the person standing on the pressure plate is actually the safest because it's the.
Yeah.
Presumably, so everyone else stands on top of the pews.
All right. You step on, and from on the stone table where the legs are, you see a circle open up on the top of each one, revealing them to be hollow tubes.
Well, the snake is gonna come out them too.
And out from the tubes, you see 4 slithering black forms.
Ugh.
One with 2 heads, another with a mouth that has 11 tongues, one that's body seems to be all eyes, and one more that almost gets up and walks a bit and wags its 7 tails.
Remember when Charlie was all like, I'm gonna be safe because I'm on the pressure point.
I think you could get off now, Charlie. You can get off now, Charlie.
I mean, Charlie stepped off the minute he saw them, but I'm sure that wasn't in time to stop anything.
Right. So you get off, you're in immediate range. Everyone else is in short range.
Okay.
And the snakes, what does everyone do? You're standing there, all staring at these four forms.
Do they not look like they're aggressive?
Well, right now they're just on the tables.
They're just on the tables.
And they're Slytherin, so like I guess right now like they just came out and they kind of are searching around, moving. So it's just sort of like it's just exactly what just happened. I guess if you're saying if you want to know how they are aggressive, what do you want to do to test their aggressiveness?
Test their aggressiveness. I'm just.
Do you think the back room's open now and I can run back there?
Do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Where are you running?
To the room that we heard the Slytherin in.
Oh. You're gonna run back to the room past the snakes.
Are you assuming that these snakes that just came out of the table were the snakes that were back in that ring?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm at least gonna go listen at the door.
So memory served.
So you're going to go past them again?
Oh, do I have to go past them to do it?
Yeah, because you got off the area.
Never mind.
So the memory serves that these things like followed sound. Right?
They
That was
follow-
like or vibrations.
Vibrations. They know movement.
They know hey did a deal, the count in the field.
All right. Ivy, what would you like to do?
Yeah, Ivy.
Ivy is gonna go past the snakes and go check on the door. I'm not scared.
If Ivy's going to do that, Charlie's taking the hammer out of his pack. He's going to chuck the hammer at a far corner of the church to create as loud of a clanking noise as he can.
All right.
To get them to go in that direction is what he's going to try to do.
Oh, I see who y'all love more.
If Basil had charged off to do it without saying anything, he would have done this for Basil too. But Basil,
the operation. I don't think.
All right. So you ding. Sure. I would say, Ivy, give me a speed challenge. At least one asset eased.
14.
All right. So get up as you see the snakes here leap off the table and begin to chase this noise. As you quickly make your way to the door, is Basil taking an opportunity of this?
Yes, because I'm not gonna let Ivy go alone.
All right. What's Ruby doing?
Oh. Shit, she's gonna follow. She don't want to be in the same room with these snakes.
All right. So Charlie's just standing there. What? The three women. Woo!
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Charlie will be looking for the next thing that he can throw into another far corner, as he's just going to see if he can keep these things occupied.
All right. You open this door. You come into a somewhat small room. Here there's a desk in the far corner and filing cabinet, along with several glass aquariums. And you see about 10 or so copperhead snakes, as well as a cage of mice. There's also a seems to be like squirrels and larger than mice, more like I should say yes. So this is more like rats. A big cage as well, and they lie next to this metal cover that's clasped down in the floor. What would you like to do?
I was gonna go to the desk. I'm looking for his sermon.
On the man.
All right.
All right.
Cause there's, I guess, yeah. Give me an intelligence challenge here.
That is a 14 again.
All right, shuffling through. You see a notebook that they're currently working on. What are you looking for?
Their last sermon and their like, oh no, I'm looking for their first sermon that they ever like did here
Mm-hmm.
to their last like sermon to see like the changes from like even like handwriting changes to their verbiage.
All right. So looking, doing that. From even the very beginning, snakes, venom, and healing are a strong theme. Very much a sense that if you have your eyes on God and Jesus, that no malady can afflict you. If it does, is because you have fallen away, and if you would simply repent and look back to Him, it will go from your body. And there's like, in the very early ones, there's written out ways to talk about and like notes about grabbing snakes and showing them and handling them. And things like raise the snake here while saying this verse, and some very like written out instructions to remind themselves what precisely to do and how to do some of this. And seems one of the major things to prove whatever point that they may be making is to pick up copperhead snakes and to show how they are not bitten. And then there's like an invitation where people are meant to come forward and the snakes be handed off. They would hand to a deacon, and some of those names are here. And then it's then off to anyone in the congregation that would grab and handle the snake. Going deeper, there is a point where it shifts, especially in the last like 6 months, to
Gesundheit.
there's a talk of these snakes, and then there's the talk of demons. The idea that, and that's the weird thing that hits you, because eventually that the technical and all those aspects of the snake fall off. It's almost assumed that they do that more ad lib and they know how to do that. They don't write it down anymore, and then they begin writing stuff like that again, except talking about handling these demons in language that is resist the demons, and the Holy Spirit will cure them. They will not be able to touch you in such a way you don't think they're talking about the copperheads. And next to some of these notes are just some ponderings about talk of violence. And more preaching against it. How violence is the devil's work, and those who are violent outside, we must resist them. Do not let them into your homes, but pray for them, type of thing, and do not let their viciousness touch your heart. And there's a lot of this in the last month about being protected from the aggressiveness and violence of the town. And some of the lines are, get rough and rowdy with it, Jesus, not with your neighbor. Seek him, yell at him, but leave your neighbor be.
Ivy will share the information she's learned based on Ruby.
So they're handling these demon snake things to prove a point?
Kinda, maybe. I don't understand.
And all these other snakes. Well, what's with the rats over there in that big cage?
What do you think they feed the snakes?
You said there was a larger cage, correct? Like a larger.
There's more like a hole in the ground that has a metal cover that's latched in.
I
Oh.
don't wanna open that, but I bet we should.
Yeah, but we should too.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not marriage material, so I'll do it.
Well, neither am I, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We can be non-wifey material together. How about that?
Okay, but you gotta tell Charlie then, because I don't think he's no proof.
Okay.
All right, I'm opening this thingamajigger.
All right, so you take it, and there are 3 heavy latches.
God damn it, why is everything gotta be so heavy and loud?
And it twists slightly as well. And then pick it up. And as you do, it's almost black and oily.
Oh, God.
And it's not filled with oil or anything like that, but It's almost like the air that comes up from it is darker.
Oh, is that where they're getting those snake thingies from?
I'm gonna go with yes, and I'm gonna throw up now.
You
Oh.
begin hearing now a whole mess of noise that's getting louder coming towards.
Close it, close it, close it!
Yep.
Close it!
Closed. There. Never discuss this again.
I won't tell if you won't.
All right, good. This never happened.
They have a hell mouse.
A what?
Just
I
go
don't know.
yes. Yes, they do.
All right. You go to put this down, and there is a push before you can latch it and turn it.
I'm helping. I'm helping.
I'm just gonna put all my weight on top of it and be like, you know what? I live here now. It's fine.
All right. Tell you what, give me a might challenge.
Mine.
Push it as what is it?
I'm gonna use an effort and I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna have no points.
Would this
left.
be a defense task?
Yeah, I'll give you
Okay.
defense.
Okay, so I will use encouragement to ease that by one.
Well, I just lost the die, so you don't have to wait a second.
Okay. I'm using encouragement to ease this by one as I'm helping. No, put your weight there. Put your weight there. I'll put my weight here. We got this. We got this.
Oh, fuck it. I don't know where that die went. I'm gonna roll a different one. 18.
Okay.
Y'all, I'm gonna die on Thursday again.
So, and I'm gonna let you. You really all want this, so. And you shut it down, and there's a hard against.
Charlie looks back over his shoulder, like, how's it going back there? Maybe he doesn't. He just while he's watching, doesn't want to make any noise. He's trying to keep track of where these four things in the church are.
Boy, fine back here. Everything just fine. How are you?
Looking over there. You look back, and now where you are, these Charlie, these creatures begin to. It's as if they heard this large bump. And you swear they get larger. One almost screams as it's like almost like pustules burst from its side, and the liquid then solidifies into two large wings. Leathery.
Fuck that.
And they all begin moving towards that door.
Burn this place down.
And we're in there for the night.
Yup. You got any dynamite left?
Yes.
Good. We gonna use it. Night, family.
Yeah, for the night, and we'll see as we come up right into some dice rolling next week.
Wow.
All right. We'll say good night, family.